racks on this car, and I'm only 9 years old. I got the keys to this car.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we got ourselves another young girl who has turned 18 and made a decision that will change the way people view that person. Instead of going down the normal route of going to college or university, getting a degree, entering your dream job, and having a great social life, Lil Tay, one of, or at least was, an internet mystery and a child star who decided to select easy mode on the difficulty menu for life and launched an OF, raking in lots of money in the process in under 3 days after she has dropped her link, while shifting public views and opinions in the process. And I'm not talking about the good kind, I'm talking about the bad kind. After she turned 18 and launching her OF account, not even a month after her birthday, mind you, many have started to criticize Lil Tay, and many online freaks are drooling at her now that she is legally 18. But in order to understand why this is disturbing to say the least on so many levels, I'll give you guys a brief synopsis of who Lil Tay is. Lil Tay is one of the young internet stars who grew up in the age where flexing wealth on the internet was a major trend on Instagram. Back at like 2017, she started to go viral after RiceGum reacted to a video of her calling her audience broke and also flexing about her supposed wealth that she has made at 9 years old. Unbeknownst to her, Lil Tay would soon see herself gaining millions of followers on Instagram after attracting some online onlookers and asking questions. What is her mysterious backstory? And is she pretending to act this way for clout? Lil Tay would flex her wealth and say stuff like this.
It's Lil Tay. Let me tell y'all something. This costs more to your rent. My toilet costs more to your rent. Everything in my bathroom costs more to your rent. And see, this is my closet. Everything here would be designer. Gucci, Louis, Versace. And also, when I was 6 years old, I lived in Atlanta and I was broke as hell.
And keep this in mind, she was 9 years old at the time doing this, which hinted the possibility that Lil Tay was doing this as an act or someone was coaching her to behave this way on camera. It's actually both, because her brother was basically coaching her, and this is not a game theory by the way. A leaked video, possibly from Lil Tay herself, where she was filming, you can tell that the persona that she was putting up was definitely an act and her brother was basically coaching her.
Lil Tay be popping on YouTube right now.
Redo. You need to be like more ignorant. You have to be like, ooh, Lil Tay out here.
Yeah, don't ask me what that means, because I don't. Then came a brief time where Lil Tay's father was trying to gain custody of her, but ended up failing and ended up staying with her mother, who, matter of fact, was actually the one to give all the luxury cars and items as well as houses to flex online for Lil Tay, since Lil Tay's mother was working as a real estate agent, but was fired from her boss because he was like,
yeah, not in my industry. Pack your bags and work at McDonald's.
Then you would have the death hoax, which I'm not really gonna go too deep into this one. The only thing that you need to know is that her Instagram was allegedly hacked and that Lil Tay and her brother did not actually pass away. There were a lot of articles that were talking about Lil Tay and her brother's death, but this was like a major hoax. In 2023, she released her first single, and she also exposed more details of her father and how apparently abusive he was, which I'm not really gonna go too deep into that one. And ever since then, she's been uploading content, doing collabs with streamers, and even streaming herself, which sounds pretty dang good, right? There's just one small problem, and you can already see yourself in the title. She started an OF. Yeah, I kind of wish I was joking, but the child star who once flexed to her audience calling them broke now took the same path of a freshly 18 girl who decided to open the gates of freaky heaven and reveal the mega-sized boulder holders to the internet, making all those freaks who were spawn camping Lil Tay to turn 18, making all tiny girls of similar size envious because RNG decided to say, F you, you're gonna become an ironing board, and in the same process disappointing all rational and sane individuals who think freaks spawn camping Lil Tay, praying to the demon mother Lilith that one day Lil Tay could create an OF account when she turns 18. Yeah, that's actually messed up. Lil Tay on her Twitter and Instagram has been teasing at the release of her OF account, promising that she will launch one when she turns 18.
So it's my 18th birthday on July 29th, and every male has been counting down to it and literally telling me to drop the link the second I turn 18. Girlies, what do you think? Should I do it?
She's been setting goals along the way and even held a poll on Twitter if she should do it or not. And based off the results of that poll, people also thought that this would be very disturbing. Then came the day of reckoning. Lil Tay has dropped her link after turning 18, not even waiting at least a week, by the way.
Oh, hell no! That's hell no!
and some freaks in her audience were literally spawn trapped that link and decided to add Lil Tay to this collection of gooning sauces right next to corn videos and possibly maybe I have no idea what their interests are. 3 days after she dropped that link, she apparently made $1 million in 3 days, beating the last record that was held by Bad Baby, who also launched her OF after turning 18 and earned $1 million in 6 days. So she basically beat that record twice as fast. And apparently, this is coming from the horse's mouth, by the way, her supporters have pre-ordered since 2018 when she was around 10 years old.
Y'all already know what the fuck going on. We just broke the link record with the youngest link of the century. $1 million in a couple hours. I'm still the youngest one doing it. For all the grown-ass haters who've been hating since I was 9 years old, look at me now. What y'all got to say? Y'all been doubting me for 7 years. You can hate on me all you want. You can't say Lil Tay ain't winning. So for everybody out there, do whatever the hell you want with your life. Who gives a fuck what people have to say? And remember this, Lil Tay rich and finna get richer. Oh yeah, and thank you to all my supporters who have pre-ordered since 2018 or whenever you did.
If this is not the testament of the new Gooner Society, then I don't know what else is. By the way, if you caught that reference to the anime called Testament of the New Sister Devil, we're friends now. If you did not notice that, fuck you. And if you guys thought that there would actually be damning leaks, you'd be wrong, because even she knew that people would leak her pics on Twitter. So she basically was like how to turn tables to all those leakers. On top of that, she set a goal where if she gets 500 subs on OF, she collabed with Bonnie Blue, someone who all men should not get near this lady with a 10-foot pole. If I were to describe Bonnie Blue in some way, it would probably be if Ren Okumura is the spawn of Satan, then Bonnie Blue is the spawn of Lilith. Cause one of her biggest achievements that has gotten her viral was when she got ran through like a bullet train 1,000 times. You might think I'm joking on that, but this is the society that we're living in. People have been reacting to Lil Tay's OF launch, and not only do I think this might be rage bait, because let's just be real, $1 million in like 3 days, especially on OF, kind of seems like it may be inflated. I could be wrong, but also this could be rage bait based off the post that she's been making over the last few days. But on top of that, this is disturbing nonetheless. Her brother seems to be against this, but how much would you guys bet if that's actually cap?
Telling people you're gonna drop a link.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna disappoint everybody that's been waiting since 2023 and even 2018 by not.
Bro, what in the Americanized capitalistic is this?
Capital? What? Everything is about the bag. Am I right or am I right?
Really? That's a flex? That's a flex. It's not.
I think 30
getting good
M's
grades,
flex.
contributing something to society.
I get good grades. They're not mutually exclusive.
From where? What grades?
From school. What grades are you talking about?
Bro, get the fuck.
I get good grades from school.
This guy is in no position to talk about what is moral in this world, considering that this man pretty much forced Lil Tay to have this youngest flexer of the century persona at the very early age. My brother looks like a Rescom from Wish.com. Now, as for her family's response, an article from TMZ was released on Lil Tay's recent OF launch. They actually interviewed her dad, Chris Hope, and he said, and I quote, "Lil Tay is now an adult and can make her own decisions. I'm sure she is going to be successful in whatever she decides to do. Some people won't approve no matter what she does, and that it is not in his place to judge, and he only has love for his daughter." Honestly, mad respects to the dad for being a chill guy on this one. It is important to note that both Chris and Lil Tay's relationship could be sour, considering that he was trying to fight for Lil Tay's custody, and Lil Tay and her mother, along with their brother, were trying to paint him in a negative light to discredit him during the fiasco in 2018. And in my opinion, Lil Tay has the right to launch her OF now that she's 18, but that doesn't mean it's not freaky nonetheless. Instead of taking a normal route like Twitch, since she was doing well in streaming and content creation, or maybe even going to college, she decided to sell her body while submitting to the act of and be part of an industry that is infamously considered a life-altering route, possibly filled with shame and a lack of respect. Oh, and also the amount of times that the models have flatlined themselves. My opinions on OF or the porn industry in general is at the bottom of the deep sea. It's very low, especially the effects it can bring towards the models and the consumers themselves. Like, look at this man. This is sad too, because this gives girls enough of an excuse to launch their OF once they turn 18 instead of giving life a try. I know that people are not privy to working a normal job, but but it's better to keep your dignity intact than letting the corn industry take your dignity, virginity away. Cause there is no pride to opening the gate to freaky heaven and spreading the skull crushers wide just to earn money. Like, I feel like if Lil Tay were to release her like OF account when she's maybe older, like maybe 25 or something like that, then people would understand. But freshly 18 is enough for any freak to argue that it's legal, which it is, but it's still disturbing. I wouldn't be so surprised if we're going to see Lil Tay joining the Bob House and doing something outlandish for internet virality, but I guess time will tell. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I deeply appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video whenever that is. Catch you guys later.